Pagula did not hold back. She poured respect on Eala in a way that was beautiful to witness. She talked about how Eala is now the highest-ranked Filipino player in history. Let that sink in for a moment. The highest-ranked Filipino player in the history of the sport. And Pagula acknowledged exactly what that means. She said that Eala is carrying the weight of an entire nation on her shoulders. An entire country looks at this young woman and sees itself. Sees its pride, its passion, its hope. And the fact that Eala is doing it with the grace and humility that she is, that is something that deserves every bit of recognition it is getting. She went back to Miami. She talked about the moment at last year's Miami Open when she faced Eala on the court, and she was absolutely stunned by what she saw. Miami is Pagula's home. That is her territory, her crowd, her city. And yet, when she walked onto that court, she looked around and realized that the energy, the passion, the noise, it was almost entirely for Eala. Despite being in Pagula's own backyard, the crowd had been taken over. People had shown up in numbers and in volume for this young Filipino player, and Pagula said she was genuinely shocked. Eala can pack stadiums. She said it plainly, and she said it with conviction. And since that moment in Miami, Eala has gone out and proved it time and time again. Every tournament, every match, she shows up and brings people with her, brings energy with her, brings an atmosphere that makes women's tennis feel alive in a way that is electric and undeniable. Now, Eala herself, to her enormous credit, handled all of this praise in exactly the way you would expect from someone with her character. She was humble. She was thoughtful. She reflected on how fast this rise has happened, and she was honest about the fact that it has been a whirlwind. She talked about visiting places like Australia this year and suddenly realizing the magnitude of what she is. And she is absolutely right. You simply cannot deny it. No matter what side of the fence you sit on, no matter what your opinion is, the evidence is right there in front of you every single time Eala takes the court. The crowds, the atmosphere, the passion, the connection she has with her fans. It is real, it is powerful, and it is growing. Before the podcast, Pagula had already spoken publicly about the energy Eala brings to the tour. She talked about how from the very moment Eala broke onto the scene, she brought something entirely different with her. A freshness, an electricity, a genuine love for the game and for the people who show up to support her. She said that what we are seeing right now is just the beginning. Just the beginning. Think about that. Everything we have witnessed, the incredible atmospheres, the packed stadiums, the electric matches, all of it is just the start of what Eala is going to bring to this sport. If what we have seen so far is just the opening chapter, then the rest of this story is going to be something truly extraordinary. She talked about how Eala is handling the fame, the attention, and the pressure. Because it is one thing to have talent. It is another thing entirely to carry the hopes of an entire nation while remaining grounded, humble, and gracious under the most intense scrutiny. Pagula said the way Eala is managing that responsibility is nothing short of amazing. She is doing it with grace. She appreciates her fans in a way that is genuine and visible and deeply real. And in the face of defeat, she shows a composure that speaks volumes about who she is as a human being, not just as an athlete. Pagula also understands the bigger picture here.